Hello, my name's Tom Morgan and welcome to the final part of my 31 horror film countdown to Halloween. It's Halloween! 29th of October. I saw Crimson Peak. I really like Crimson Peak. I saw it in the cinema when it came out. I have to say I think it's my second favourite film of 2015 after Inside Out. It's a really good film. Beautiful. It looks gorgeous. Very, very heavily influenced by Italian cinema, Mario Bava. It's just a very visually rich film. Incredibly violent, some very shocking, sudden moments of violence, which you see in other Guillermo del Toro films. It seems to be a thing where the violence in his films is very, very controlled and very, very sudden and extreme. The red of the blood looks gorgeous. The red of the clay of the hill looks gorgeous. Old house in Cumbria, or Cumberland, and the clay that they mine there is really red, and it's like blood red. Some people don't like this film. I think people were expecting something else when they went into this film. They were expecting it to be a jump scare film, like lots of supernatural stuff, but this film's so much better than that. It captures a bleakness of the landscape. The characters are made ill and made weak by their surroundings. So in that sense, it's a true gothic, gorgeous, horrifying film. Yesterday, the 30th, I watched Train to Busan, which I'd never seen, and it is... whoa! Yeah, it's another adrenaline-filled film, really intense, really fast-paced, almost entirely set on one train, most of the film. South Korea's brilliant when it comes to horror films anyway. They've done some really good horror films, but this, yeah, I mean, as far as the zombie film goes, this is a really good, solid zombie film. It immediately establishes, oh, the zombies, they're coming back. It hints at some sort of biochemical thing briefly, and then that's it. The film's underway, and it's about a man and his daughter travelling to find her mother's for her birthday. Never lets up. It never gets boring. It's so fast-paced. It's really, really action-packed. And it's also heartbreaking. Like, it's really... I had tears in my eye by the end. It was... Today, the 31st, Halloween, I watched Galaxy of Terror. Another one I'd not seen before. On the one hand, yes, it's just another Alien rip-off, but actually, it's pretty damn original. There's some really weird and interesting stuff in this film. It's got people like Sid Haig and Robert Englund in it. It reminded me a bit of Prometheus because of the big stone sort of pyramid shape thing they go into, and the worms that they find that then become bigger. Although being very physical and there being a very real alien threat, turns out to not be that at all. Where they all step through this glowing triangle, and they all end up on the other side of it, but in completely different places. You know, so it's one of these films that messes with your head. Skips all exposition, all character building. You don't know the characters. Even by the end, you don't know the characters, really. It's basically a case of, like, we're getting on the ship, we're going on a mission, 30 seconds to lift off, everyone's rushing and panicking, they get strapped in, blast off. We're going to get to the planet, go into super speed, zoom, we're at the planet. And like, it feels like it's like 5 minutes into the film, and already, oh yeah, we're there, we're started, we're facing aliens. Second in command is awful, and the commander isn't great, but he's sort of tame and sort of, he has some integrity, but then he dies, and there's quite early on, and the second in command's like, oh well, good, we didn't need him, you know. Second in command characters has no character development whatsoever. Because later in the film you could almost argue that his behaviour, his irrational and horrible behaviour to the others is because he's so scared, and you can see he's very scared of what's happening. But on the other hand, when it first establishes this film, right at the beginning, where before anything's happened to them, we know that he's an arsehole. There's some quite gory moments. There's a bit where something goes under someone's skin and travels up their arm and they have to cut their arm off, you know. It's definitely a horror movie. Yes, I would recommend it. I think it was fun. Good. Don't expect anything as good as Alien or Prometheus or any of those films. Right, well that brings us to the end of my 31 horror films that I've watched this month. I hope you've enjoyed watching these videos and maybe have found a few films that you might perhaps want to go away and watch. You never know, you know. Thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.